Now, Mike Mangan back with Finished First Restoration. So we've just come back from Metal Bright, and now what we're going to do is get the rest of the stuff sent out. So we need to get the frame sent out to get sandblasted, but first we want to pull this motor out of here. And then we're going to get the rest of the sheet metal parts off to an acid dipper because we don't want to sandblast those because you can actually warp the panels up. So we're going to get started by pulling this motor out of here. So we got everything disconnected. And we let the engine hoist do the work. Make sure everything clears. And out we go. So now that we got the motor out, there's just a few other things that we're going to take off. We want to get the master cylinder off, get the motor mounts need to come off. Those actually get sent out and they burn all the rubber out of them and re-vulcanize them. So we'll get it ready for the sandblasters. We'll keep it a rolling chassis, and once we get down there, they'll pull the wheels off for us and sandblast it, and then we'll get it back down here and get it painted. So we're down here at Alpine Products, and first we got to get these wheels off, and these split wheels are a little bit difficult to get off. So we're going to get these off, and we're going to put it in the booth, and then we're going to let the sandblaster go at it. So we'll start with that. So we're down to the last few parts to take off before we go to the acid dippers. And like most old projects, we got stubborn hardware. So we had to cut the heads off, we had to heat them up, we had to use penetrating oil, but we eventually got them off. So here it is, the last piece. Now that we got this off, we'll gut everything out of this, and we will take all the insulating stuff out so it doesn't contaminate their booth. So we'll see you at Surface Recovery Technology. And we're down here at Surface Recovery Technologies talking to Randy, and we got all the parts down here. So where do we start with this stuff?
Well, what we do with your parts first, they do have some paint on them. So we'll start off, we put them in a basket and drop them into a 180 Fahrenheit caustic stripping bath. Take about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to strip the paint off. After it comes out of the tank, we will pressure wash any residual off, chemical residual or excess paint that's left on. From the stripping tanks, we've got a rust removal process that removes surface rust. We'll drop them in that acid bath. That only takes about 20 minutes to remove the surface rust. Again, we'll power wash any chemical or residue off of the parts, and we've got a water-soluble rust inhibitor that will drop them in, which prevents the rust from coming back again.
Oh, nice. So is there anything that we need to do once we get the parts back? Is there any kind of prep or anything?
Actually, this rust inhibitor that we put on it, like I said, is water soluble. All you'd really have to do is take a garden hose and spray it off, and it would be good to refinish.
Oh, great. So it's just clean it up and we're ready to put some primer and stuff on
right.
it. So.
Yeah, it'll be ready to go after we get it out of here. Like I said, just water will remove the rust inhibitor.
Great. All right. Well, let's check out the process.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so now we got the frame back from the sandblasters. There's a couple spots that they couldn't get into real good with the sandblasters, so we'll have to get in there, clean that up. But other than that, it cleaned up real nice. And we got the sheet metal parts in the back that we got back from the acid dippers. So all this stuff needs to start getting in primer so it doesn't surface rust. So next week we'll get started on that, and until then, I'll see you.
If you'd like to see more, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or follow our blog on gofinishfirst.com.